Alright, back with Let's Play Crusader Kings, the Brittany Crusade. Play MacGuffin, and let's kind of recap our situation here. Alright, we've got a large debt from our crusade with Egypt. Negative, 1,907 gold. We have very little prestige and almost no piety from having a brand new leader. Our leader has pretty bad stats. He's also got an intestinal worm, which could die at any moment. Got only one heir. We've got a penalty to fertility, so we might, not have any more. The only family member we've got alive is our father, who we kind of ousted from his province, and it turned out to be unnecessary, injuring his foot. Our bloodline is precariously thin. We have a bad reputation. I think it's about 5. We have 12 domain when we can only control 4. And our efficiency is at 25% because of that. Also, we're only making 3.26 gold per month. On the plus side, we have Egypt. For all the good that's going to do us, with Egypt being as scoured as it is of anything of worth. This is kind of a long-term thing, though, so Alexandria is a very good province, and the rest of these are at least on par with the ones we have in Brittany. So it's not necessarily a downgrade in that sense, as when these all recover. Giza is in really bad shape, though. It's looted and got a revolt. It's probably going to start actually revolting as soon as I start, or fairly soon after. Hopefully that ends soon. I can afford to take prestige hits for doing that. That doesn't bother me. So pretty much, let's talk about how we're going to get ourselves out of this. Well, the short answer is it's going to take a long time. The long answer is it's going to take a long time, and it's going to be really, really hard, because these provinces are really far away from our provinces, our home provinces. Now, there are 2 solutions to that. Because we're only making 3.22, it actually went down since I checked last time, gold per month, because of our efficiency and because of the instability down here. It's going to take a long time, and our reputation is bad. We can do a couple things to solve that, almost to actually make that a bit easier. One of the things we're going to do is give away provinces to the few people we can trust. That being our father and a bishopric. So how you do that is you go to grant title, and you click on our father here, and you pick a province from this list. We're going to give him Leon first, because it's not the one he had last time. And we're actually going to give this to him and the 2 provinces he had last time. For irony purposes, I guess. No, not that one. Actually, let's make it nice and neat. Let's put his provinces along the top. And then the bishoprics title on the bottom. You might be wondering, why am I giving away all my Brittany titles? Well, if I do that, my capital moves over here, which alleviates the problem I was mentioning before of the provinces being far away. Events can happen depending on how far away your province is. I've actually, at one point in my Denmark game, had Danzig keep getting those horribly bad things, and my capital was in Skana. So it's just like, because it's not on the same landmass. I mean, technically it is, but according to the game, this is a peninsula that's not connected to Europe for some reason. So you want to make that chance of that happening as low as possible. Alright, next we're going to do is create a bishopric, which is pretty much exactly the same, except that you can only give it to people who have an ecclesiastical education. And this is the only guy we have who hasn't control no provinces in Brittany. Let's check out our kind of status. Okay, back up to 9.37 gold and 85% efficiency. And we went from probably about 5 down to 4.1 reputation. And you can see we're losing loyalty because of our reputation with both of our guys. Hopefully that'll change. And our capital's moved to Alexandria, so that's excellent. And our income went up. Okay, we need to appoint a chancellor too. Okay, this person's the best. Alright, so because this is probably going to be as interesting as watching paint dry and watching these numbers go up, or rather down, because it's negative, I'm going to be cutting in and out and only showing the interesting bits. This is really difficult, but it's a lot of micromanagement and waiting, so it's not going to be very interesting to watch. So, you know, I would rather kind of record it all and just post all of it, but there's really nothing to talk about until events happen. So that's just the kind of game this is sometimes, and I don't want to bore any people more than I already have. And if you've gotten this far, you're not going to be that bored. So hopefully, I would really like to give a demonstration on how to get out of a hole like this. The only way this could be worse if I was excommunicated and had realm duress or something, and had like 50 people declare war on me. That's probably going to happen because I said that. Well, we might get lucky, but as this guy's proven, we haven't been very lucky in this game. So I'm gonna kind of let the game run for a little bit just to show you the kind of things that happen. And nothing happened. So yeah. Oh, also another thing that's really bad is that we have virtually no troops here. It's going to be really hard to recover. And if anybody declares war on us before the Alexandria province gets up, if the Alexandria regiment recovers fully, we'll have nothing to worry about virtually forever. At least from minor enemies like this and the remnants of Egypt. If the Byzantine Empire declares war on us, we're going to be screwed either way. So, that's another thing. It's going to be pretty tense for me, but it's going to be boring to watch, so I'm going to cut out most of it. So I'm going to be having as much fun as I possibly can watching paint dry, and I'll come back when something interesting happens. Okay, this is the first event we've had since that. Luckily Giza hasn't revolted yet. It will. The clergy feel that the time is ripe to spread the word of God in this province. We could embrace the cause with all your heart and purse, lose 42 gold, the piety increases by 50, and the 75% chance that Manipura will change to Catholic, and a 10% chance of revolt. This is a pretty good province, equal to pretty much any of our Breton provinces. And we really want it to be Catholic. This is probably going to be the best option, even though we lose gold, because that's about 4 months worth of work, and this event is probably like a once a year kind of thing. So we could grant them leave to preach to the masses. Only got a 33% chance of the religion changing to Catholic, a higher chance of revolt, which is bad. And the clergy and loyalty goes up, and our piety goes up by 10, but we don't spend any money. Or instruct them not to incite your people, our piety goes down. Only a 10% chance that it goes to Catholic, and another 10% chance of revolt. For the clergy don't like it. So let's take a risk on the money here, and it changes to Catholic. So that's excellent. That's awesome. This place is much less likely to revolt, and we're going to raise our loyalties to help that out too. It's still Arab, so we still have chances for revolts, and we're going to try to make everything like they are in Europe, where it's 30%. Alright, that's close enough. You remember that bastard that was so helpful before that became our spy master and called the Duke of Normandy a coward and got away with it. Well, he's a nut job now. Crazed. Crazed does. It's funny. A lot of weird stuff happens. They get a lot of events, and they can have a lot of different stuff happen to them. The main problem is that they get a -5 to all attributes, -1 to health, and -3 to fertility. This, with addition to his bastard and vengeful trait, he's probably going to murder someone, which will be fun. On the downside, he's also losing loyalty, which means he might murder us. Which is, needless to say, that's bad. At least at this point. If our son becomes any better, well, that might be the best option. So we're going to replace him with our wife, who's also losing loyalty. That's great. Let's check our loyalties here. Well, diplomacy we don't need so much. Let's try to find people who are loyal to us. I doubt we're going to find any. Whatever, screw it. That's fine. This is weird. Our capital moved to here. Probably because it's Catholic. I didn't think that would happen. Alexandria is still richer. The province is technically still better. Maybe it's like the nobility or something. Huh. Just a quirk. Onward. Okay, here's what we've kind of been waiting for. We've had a rebellion in Giza. So, this ought to be enough to deal with it. We don't want it to stack up. Oh, here we go. Great. Okay. We're going to lose some prestige from giving it to the man. We can actually farm prestige by just hanging some traders over another. That's kind of a gamey thing to do. But if you have a province on an island like Rugen or something up here, you can, just, the province isn't going to spread the revolt, so you can just keep hanging traders and gaining more and more prestige that way. But you lose prestige as soon as you do that. Doing it a few times will still get you in that game, but we're going to give in to demands. So the revolt ended, so this doesn't happen again. But we still have to deal with this one. Okay. And our father died. Crap. Well, we are at 55% and only 1.64 gold per month income. Fantastic. Although, there is an advantage to this. We can give away our provinces again, and we will lose reputation for that. So we're going to let it run to the end of the month, so hopefully, everything's cool with that. Let's see if we're winning the battle. Looks like we are. We are. Okay. So we'll merge, disband. Okay. So now what we need to do is look at our, because see, our capital's back here. We don't want it here. Look at our people, our bloodline, and one of the things we could do to prevent this from being to prevent losing this by succession is to make it another bishopric, but I don't want to risk that because I don't know if I can make the person the king after doing that. So we're going to grant title to somebody in our court that's in our bloodline. Like I said, we can't give it to our wife